Hello again, welcome back to Asgard, and welcome to just a quick base tour. I know I had some requests to do this for our Divine Journey series. We're up to episode 30 at the moment, and so I figured I'd give you guys a tour of the base in detail and go over everything, that we've done in these 30 episodes. Of course, the series is far from being done, but it's about time we tour the base in detail and everything that we've set up so far. So, of course, right now we're in the industrial district where we actually started, for the most part, with the base. Of course, we started down there, but that was just a temporary home. So, of course, in the industrial district, this is where a lot of our machines and stuff are. A lot of our automation's central. We've got storage up there. We've got our mine. And this is where we kind of originally called home, right? That's why we have our well out here. So anyways, first up we have our mine, which this still has a lot of work to do. This is one of those things I haven't mustered up the get-goedness to start the mine, right? Because it's going to be a massive undertaking, like cleaning all this area up and everything. But down there's nothing of note, just where we've been mining. And then over here, this is what is going to be our hobgoblin work camp, I guess you could say. Which actually we need to get to this, so probably next episode. I know next episode is mainly going to be between lands, but we will pop into here and we'll set up our hobgoblins that belong in here. So get those start working and everything, and of course we have statues around the base for this has been an ongoing project throughout the series where we're adding in statues for all of you guys that wanted statues in the world. So we have Osmith right here. He's kind of working. He will be working our hobgoblins. And I need to come down here. I want to change this metal desk, I think, to a wooden desk. But I haven't done that yet. And then in here, this is all just decorative front. So we'll get back in here beginning of next episode. I may change that metal desk over to a wooden desk as well. So that's something I've been meaning to do. But nothing really of note down here. Just a mine. And I'll try to get this cleaned up. I'm working on this, I've been working on other stuff. So I haven't got around to that. Now in here is our ore processing and smeltery area. All of our Tinker's Construct stuff. And I've got a bunch of aluminum brass in here. Because I was making plates. I think the last thing that I was really making in this area. And this is all just overstock ores that I haven't done anything with as of yet. A lot of little details to work out. And then we have, of course, our ore processing area all connected into our AE system. And, of course, it auto-ships the ores. We got sag mills, pulverizers, induction smelter, redstone furnaces set up to handle all of our ore processing, which we will probably have to upgrade this a lot once we get our quarry up and going. And we're going to make some changes to that, which is not too far into our future. And then if we head up here, we have there's a statue of moi. That was the first statue I ever did, showing what we'd be doing in this series with the statues. Over here we have our reactor. I did move some stuff, as you'll notice. My vibrant capacitor banks I've moved down here. Back in here we have tesseracts that receive energy to send to all the outlier stuff that we have. And then this is our cobbleworks, and these can actually get moved as well. But our cobbleworks area, we have cobblestone compression going on. We have all of our machines set up here for our current cobbleworks stuff. And then we have our reactor, which still seems, yeah, it's still running. Okay, sometimes it kicks off whenever I go anywhere or do anything. And that's pretty much it in this area. And this is a carpenter's door. You can pop back here. Lots of cabling and stuff going on back here. It's kind of out of sight, out of mind, so to speak. Which all this stuff we've covered, setting it up and everything as the series went on. So I'm not going to go into detail about how everything's set up. And then over here, if we come up this area, it leads to our Runic Dungeon portal. And then if we head on up, this used to be our berry farm, but of course we've changed it. The berry farm, we will have a berry set up in a... Hey! Deal with this guy. This is our tree farm setup. I do have some sludge being kept in a drum here. This is actually going to get moved Actually, right now would be fine, because I did set something up for later that we'll be using that sludge for. I just set up a tank to store it. And then, of course, we have MFR planters and harvesters for single trees like eucalyptus, rubber, sakura. And then we have an Ender IO setup harvesting oak trees for all of this. Our, what do we want to call this? Our oak works, our tree works, producing all these different things from our tree farm. And then this is all mainly stuff from our single trees, like rubber products and stuff. And then if we come across the bridge here, we have a couple more statues, Sparky, and Furry Fang plays MC on the bridge here over to our storage building. So, of course, this is our storage building. This is our molecular assembler array that we've been setting up. And, you know, all of these, it's 8 interfaces and then 32 molecular assemblers, 4 for each interface is what we're running for these, and packing in our recipes into those. Now back to where we began. You'll notice that the AE system is moved. That's something I've been working on. That's why this episode took a little bit longer than intended to put out. So this is something I've started moving some things around. This is going to get its own dedicated crafting area fairly soon. And yeah, this floor is mainly just in the works. And then if we come up here, this is our storage drawer network. We have metals, we have more metals and gems and different things throughout here. Still have a lot of storage drawers to put into this. I just haven't yet because we haven't had the need for them just yet. And then this is all just stuff that doesn't really have a spot. A lot of things that are just kind of like, like sand slashes and whatnot. So I do have plans for this stuff. We just haven't got to it yet. I have gotten rid of a few of the chests in this area, like the one with all the potions and whatnot. That's stuff I've been working on between episodes, putting some of that stuff up. Then up here we have the actual drawer controller for the whole drawer network. And then we have like heads and stuff through here. And then the top floor, this one doesn't have a whole lot of drawers. Just this little section here with plants in it. It's really all that's been implemented into this area. And then our AE2 core, which I did move a lot of stuff around and basically just clean things up. Started color coding things. This is all pretty much the same setup. It's just refined, cleaned up, and I expanded the ME controller to be a bit bigger. So it's not as cable dense, you know, as it was. I think it looks a lot better than it did downstairs. So all of our quantum links are lined up right through here. That connect to like the blood magic area, the blood magic automation area, the Botania area, and then the library area, which is also going to be Thaumcraft, I think, because that's going to be on the same district, which we'll get to that in just a bit. This is our fluid setup. I went ahead and cleaned it up, refined it. It's pretty much all the same setup. You know, we've got milk and water and lava and all that stuff. It's just cleaned up. We have fluid tanks, we have sludge tanks, milk, water. And I haven't actually put a recipe into here. We'll put a recipe for the sludge. Oh, it's not actually... Okay, my bad. It's not the bucket of sludge. I said it there and I wasn't thinking. That's how you make the corrupted draconium ingot. We'll get into that stuff. It's going to be later. It's going to be much, much later in the series, but I can always change that or leave it. I don't know. But this, I'm going to add a ceiling up here. I just haven't yet. Now that we're getting this stuff kind of cleaned up and pushed up, I can add the ceiling without too much worry. But this is all of our CPU systems and our AE network here, and lots of things auto-craftable. So many recipes in this series that I've been auto-crafting. This connects, it goes into an ME controller. This is our P2P system. I went ahead and did 2 separate P2P lines. This one handles all of our quantum rings and stuff, and this one handles stuff within this district. Okay, so it goes in the ME controller. It goes down, it connects into that building, our automation building that I've been working on, and then our molecular assembler arrays. So that's its purpose. And then we have a controller slave. All this is plugged up exactly like how I did in the series. Just everything's cleaner more or less. So everything's here: import buses, export buses, our trash can setups, our mob farm, import, and all that stuff. I did make an ME chest just so that I could check. I wanted to check through all the storage disks and clean some of those out because we had some things like sand and stuff in there that had gotten in there before the trash can was set up for those, and so I just kind of cleaned those up. And then right here we have our toxic waste area, which actually, if you look down here, our sludge boilers are down here. And they're cooking sludge from our MFR machines, and then we also have this nice decorative build with the pipe that kind of dumps it into the lower section of the world, which we're not worried about. We just dump all of our sludge into there and let it go. And then I guess we'll pop over to here next, because this is still technically part of the industrial district. We have a pipe that comes out. I need to work on this build, like our portal builds. This is our portal to Iceka for Divine RPG, and it's going to have a dedicated Iceka stylized build over there. I just haven't done that yet. And then in here, this is our automation building. All of our farming is right here through phytogenic insulators. These are fed rich phytogrow from our automatic systems. And then we have all of our crops being stored in here, 512 for most of these. Then over here we have all of our redstone furnaces, our magma crucible and fluid transposer that handles Zephyrian Erothium. We have induction smelters, another magma crucible setup that handles destabilized redstone, energized glowstone, resonant ender, and jellied cryothium. We also have our slice and splice automated here, all of our 8-2 stuff. This is our crystal growth, 6 crystal growth accelerators, and is set to turn on anytime that we craft something, involving that. Over here we have our inscribers, and we have our drying racks that do our fish for us. Our cyanide reprocessor that makes our plutonium, sag mills, alloy smelters, item fabricators from quantum flux, and pulverizer setups. So this area I haven't started cleaning up. I want to hide all these cables and stuff, but that'll be in the fairly near future. One step at a time, right? With something this big, this pack is massive, absolutely massive. And then up here, if you come around the side of the storage building, you come over to here, we have Illuminatum 325 statue. And this is, I love this little area right here. Like, it's kind of tranquil, kind of peaceful, and it connects over into our agriculture area. So if we cross this bridge, which this bridge actually, I haven't, a lot of these bridges you can see where I've been working on these, and I've been working on down through this section. The agriculture area, I have to work on that. Those bridges take a while, and I know there was some talk about using the RF Tools Builder. However, with the different scaled bridge sizes, it didn't work out as well as I would have hoped. So, because I was playing around with the test world, and it's like I use different sizes based on the distance that I'm traversing, across the bridge section. So, over here, this is our oreberry farms. So we have, that's gold. This one is, what is that, copper, I think, in that one. And then if we head upstairs, this area still has a lot of work to go through. This one is tin, and this one is iron. I think that's right, iron and tin. And then upstairs, which this area is completely unfinished at the moment, we have aluminum. And then over here we have all the nether berries and all the standard natura berries, overworld natura berries. So these are all full harvested and keeping a stockpile. Of course, there's not a whole lot of need for these nether berries, but I still have them in here just because I kind of need something else. I didn't need that many natura berries because our needs for those are kind of minimal anyways. So, and then through here it's just kind of a bridge section that connects over into the agriculture district proper. Now this place is very, very unfinished, but I have done a little bit of work, I think, since the last time we were over here on camera. For starters, right over in here, the road's going to come up past this. It's not just going to be hidden like this forever. But our nether farm, I mentioned that before. I do have a little nether wart farm. It's only a 5x5 with the center hollowed out. That's perfectly fine. It's more than enough nether wart for our needs. If we need more, I can expand it, though, fairly easily. And then in here, of course, we have an unbreakable wooden mattock, just like in our tree farm. So, and then if you come up, the pathway is going to come straight across, come up here, and then up right here. We have our bathhouse area. And I did put this in a big sakura tree. You know, I mentioned it in the, I think whenever we first were messing with this, I did end up adding a sakura tree with some stone bricks. They kind of look like pebbles. So I figured they look pretty good right along the shoreline here of this little decorative pond area. So, and then if we head up here, we have our bathhouse. This is one of my favorite places, I think. We have Displacer. We have 4 statues in this area here. Bruxida is in this area as well. Yar Gamafrag, this is probably my favorite skin. I love this skin so much. And then over here we have Laugh Elephant. And right here, if you recall, these are automatic fishers from MFR that are set up underneath these tesseracts that are fishing items up for us and then feeding them into our storage drawer network. And then most of this area is just kind of decorative. This whole floor, nothing on it. Just kind of here for decoration purposes. And then if we want to, we can pop right up here and we have access to this little floor. It's also decorative, so nothing really of note up here. And then if we head out the back door, we have our bathing area. Our little bath right here, which I love this view. I absolutely love this view a lot. So, and that's what it looks like, you know, like a full 360 here of our bathhouse. Basically, this is just a massive build to hold fishers. More than anything, that's what it is. And then at the top we have a beacon to kind of put off that stream of light, that beam effect. So, let's head on back to the industrial district. The industrial district is kind of like the heart of everything. And I guess heading over to the next district, we can actually use our viaduct network. So we're going to head over to the mob district, which is basically just straight across, you know, the bridges here. Here we go, we're charging up. And shoot. And basically we'll be going by, there's the portal, and we're headed over to the war district, the mob district, where we do all of our mob farms and stuff. So, first up, when you first step into the mob district, we have this big statue set up. This is also one of my favorites, I think. First up, we have Atricus, and he is slaying a couple skeleton statues. And then over here we have Cool Gamer Guy 479. I love this pose. I love that skin a lot too. Coming down this Creeper Man statue. And then next up we have SH Minecraft 318, and I love the shurikens and stuff, kind of like a ninja style, fighting these zombies alongside of Pretty Joker 9. So rocking these double axes, going into battle. This is kind of like the entrance to our mob district statue. So, and then over here we have automatic cows and chickens that are being farmed with some ranchers and vacuum chests and stuff. And then we have a rancher squid set up collecting ink for us because we did need quite a bit of ink. So that's all that's really over here right now in this section. And then if we head back over here and we head up through here, there's a lot of detail work. I've got to come through some of these areas. Like basically I've been doing the big build aspect, you know, the library, the blood magic area, the Botania area, the bathhouse, things like that, and then we have to go through and do a lot of detail work. I have started doing that some between the episodes, but right here, this is our Cursed Earth farm, using fans and spikes. This is actually one of the early things that we built. It's pretty much just been running since the beginning, the fairly beginning stage of the series. And then if we head up here, this is our Lycanites, slightly unfinished Lycanites mob farm area. I think all we have up here is just aspids and Arasaurs. I have to go out and mob hunt those a little bit, just a little bit. But this is one of our bigger bigger builds. Now, this right here is going to be soul binders, which we'll get into that fairly soon. But down in here, this is our mob pits. And I was going through adding facades and stuff. I forgot about this area. I need to come through here and do facades. But basically what we have down here is, if we click on this, you can see we have a spawner, we have a vacuum chest, we have an Ender Overseer, or I mean an Ender IO block, and then we have a Killer Joe there. You can see some of the cabling down there. And the fans are actually hidden behind the walls. So if we look, you can see the fans lined up along there. And the Killer Joe, I can show you what he's got on him. Inferno Sword, Infinite Uses, Fire Aspect 2, Sharpness 5, Looting 3. And then he's being fed Nutrient Distillation, of course, from upstairs. And then over here, this is going to be another... I'm still debating with myself if I want this to be a mob holding pit or if I want it to be another MFR spawner setup. Which right now I don't have anything in here running at the moment, which I probably should because this is probably going to be filling up. But that's fine because all it's doing is just backed up the berry collection that's over here, our essence berries. And we can actually pop down here if you want a better look at the mob pits because these are identical, both of them are. So this is what the mob holding and the mob killing tanks look like. I guess it's going to be mob holding, I don't know. Because I've had a couple situations where mob holding would be useful, so may end up doing that. And then if we head up here, we have, this is our nutrient distillation setup, just being fed zombie heads and fermented spider eyes from our AE network, and then water from over there. Creating nutrient distillation. Now some of this also goes over to the library, which we'll go over there in just a moment. And then back in here, this is where we're storing all of our soul vials and all of our safari nets with all the different creatures on them. So this is kind of a work in progress, something we're steadily working on throughout the series. And then next up, if we head down here, oh yeah, there's this. This is our villager setup. So basically we can flip this lever, and once we build, we're going to build like a control room for like the entire base with like levers that control different things. We'll probably end up having the village spawner connected up with wireless redstone to our control room area. But basically, villagers spawn, they get sent down these conveyor belts from extra utilities, and then they get dumped into our smeltery, which of course extracts the emerald from them. And then it automatically pulls it out, dumps it into these, and then sends it into our network. So, anyways, if we head on from the bridge, I guess we'll go on down this way from the mob district. If we head on down here, first up we have our portal to Appalachia. So that connects to our Appalachia dimension for Divine RPG. Which all of the Divine RPG things, they need their dedicated builds, their little like mini builds for the dimension. And then over here, this is an area where we really haven't started working too much. This is going to be our witchery area, but witchery so far in the pack, I'm not in any rush to get started on it right this second. And then up here we have Sniper Squirrel 0, kind of sitting up here with a bow and an apple eating. And of course this is our portal to the Between Lands, which is probably my favorite portal. I absolutely love this portal so much, so much. And it's given me some ideas. We haven't actually built like a dedicated nether portal. It has given me some ideas for a nether portal design that I would like to use. So, but anyways, we head on down here. This connects over to the industrial district off in this direction, and you can see there is a viaduct line that runs through here. And if we come through here, this is eventually going to be Thaumcraft District, which will be starting before too long, which is going to be exciting. But right here, this is probably one of my favorite builds. This and the Blood Magic and the bathhouse, like, this is our library area. And I actually love this one just because of the massive scale that we have going on in here. Right here we have a statue for Garlic in Your Eye, kind of watching over the library, I guess. And I love this statue too, because you come down the steps, it's right there. You come in the door, it's right there. And then right here we have like some lecterns laid out, just kind of decorative stuff back in here right now. And then if we head upstairs, we have this really nice relaxing area where we can sit down in front of the fire and do some reading or whatever. And then we have our achievement stand set up right here, where we can handle all the achievements for the pack. Then we have a few statues here. We have Ryder Atris, who's kind of working on some studies. We have Derby Sheba, who is kind of our butler for our little library area. And then last up we have Rups J. NG. Kind of just reading a book here on the lectern. And then these bookcases, they're not all filled out yet, and there's a reason for that. We've mainly been working on the lower section thus far. Basically filled out one wing so far of this. These are all just dummy books, same with the other side. And then if we head through here, we have our enchanter, and then just a decorative lectern. We have an inventory panel that handles all of our enchanted books that are connected into our library system. And it's kind of like a card catalog of sorts. And then we have access to our AE system from here, our enchantment table. We can step back here and see all of our cabling. It's a big mess right now. Actually, I added this section here whenever I was redoing the AE system to make it actually a P2P line. And I haven't dug away around here yet, but that's fine. This is all cabling that connects into our bookcases, and everything's filtered to hold different enchanted books, mainly for decoration. Of course, you know, we mentioned that you could just as easily put it all into a filing cabinet and it would be fine, but this is all overstock books. Yeah, this is all from fishing. Man, they have been putting out some books like crazy fast here. But the ones that, most of the ones that have like multiples, these are ones that have come from our mob farm, from our disenchantment setup. I don't know what's with the visual bug, but anyways, we have an auto disenchanter that's automatically disenchanting everything from our mob farm. We have our experience obelisk set up right here that's pulling XP from the mob farm, and then we have bookcases here. You can see that like this is all power 2, all power 1, power 3, and these are all set up to have, you know, just specific books. Here's Unstable, Last Stand, and then of course they're all accessible through the book catalog inventory panel right here. So anyways, I guess moving on, this area, I mean, there's still a little bit of cleanup work, mainly with just plugging up more bookcases and doing some stuff like that, but I mean, this area is all facaded, all cleaned up, and I'm very happy with it. We'll eventually add in a little bit of Thrumcraft type stuff and everything to it, but nothing too crazy. Over here we do have our Wildwood portal. So I haven't built the bridge over to that. That's fine, we just fly over to it right now. And then whenever I do the specialized builds, it's going to get a bridge that goes over there. Now I guess let's head over to the blood magic area, and then we'll go look at the alchemy. This is actually one of my favorite builds. It's massive. It's massive. This is our blood magic area. Boom, boom. And I guess I could turn that off so it's a little bit more scenic, but I don't know. We have our alchemic chemistry set automation. The majority of it's over here. We do have some over here, and then AE2 access to this area. We have a couple statues. We have Moyets set up right here, and then we have Timphus set up right here with his bodies that he's sacrificing. And then if we pop outside just really quick, pop right over to here, we have our Eden portal set up right here for Divine RPG, and this is what it looks like from the outside. Very large scale build right here. So much obsidian, it was ridiculous. And then this is our manual blood altar area. So you know, if we want to do anything manual, I have my blood gem in here right now. I sold my blood orb, but that's because we don't have our blood orb altar actually set up just yet. But this is primarily our manual blood altar for all of our manual needs. Then if we head right down here, we have a trapdoor set up, and these guys, I do not understand it. They're getting out of there somehow, and I don't exactly know how. I mean, there's literally, like, no way for them to get out, but they still managed to get out, and I don't understand how. Hopefully we get into Thaumcraft golems before long. But anyways, that is our witch pen for our Well of Suffering setup. It's right up here, underneath the altar. Try to make this stuff look kind of nice, because we do come down here a bit, but it's all kind of out of sight, out of mind stuff. Our AE2 network is plugged in right here through quantum rings. And then we have just the Incendium alchemy, since it doesn't require the buckets. It's plugged up with a Ballad of Alchemy an interface. So pretty much all the blood magic stuff is automated at this point. Where we're at right now within the series. Oh my gosh. Gotta throw all this stuff on the ground because I don't want it. But anyways, that's about all there is down here, I'd say. And then if we head out over here, actually I'll show you the back view of this area here. So this massive citadel, we have beholders right there. And if we head over here to this travel anchor, we can pop on over, and this is our automatic blood magic area. So we have, this one handles all the different slights. Well, not all the different slights, a lot of the different slights. And as well as the inscription tools. This one's going to be our blood orb automation. This one over here handles the other half of the slights, and then some of the inscription tools. And then if we head through here, this is going to be demon summoning. Very, very soon this is going to be demon summoning. So we're going to start building our pedestals and all that stuff that goes through here. I went ahead and made it a full-sized demon summoning area so we can summon any of the demons that we want back in here. And I'm actually very happy with this build too. This one took a while to do. And then let's head back over to the yeah, there's nothing over there right now. So let's head back over to the Thaumcraft area, I guess. So we'll just pop back over to the Scholars District. And we'll check out the Alchemy area, which is the only other thing on that district right now. It has the library and it has the Alchemy area, which is also one of my favorite builds. I do like the Alchemy area a lot. So if we head off to the left, of course, right over there is the blood magic area. And then right up here, if we climb this massive amount of stairs, which I do have to hide out that section of the library. And I have to do the same thing for the blood magic automation area, but that'll come in time. But if we head up here to the top, we have the alchemy shop. And if we head inside, we have a statue here of Hobbit Kitty. And she's just kind of working on some alchemy in this area. And I love this little, like, it's an alchemy table. And it's just so fitting. It's perfect. I love it. And then I have another one over here. This is where, if I want to do some work, I can sit down and work in the alchemy area as well. And this one, I kind of went for more like a mess look. You can see there's some bottles lying around. There's barrels up against the wall. We have automated fire water that's making fire water as well as hooch right here. We have cloud seed, concentrated cloud seed automated here. These vats don't have anything yet. These were kind of overstock, overcraft kind of things. And then back in here we have a bit more of a mess. We also have AE2 access, which this isn't plugged up. That's one thing I missed. When I noticed that whenever we were down there, I was like, oh wait, I didn't connect this to the P2P network. So this actually doesn't have full AE2 access. That's just an oversight. It'll be fixed for the world download, promise. And then over here we have our brewing stand automation setup. So if we were to take a Yeta wrench, you can see there's pipes and stuff that connect into those. There we go. Now it's all sorted. I had put that one back one too far. But yeah, so all of our vats and brewing stands, and we're also going to put some between land stuff on that back section there, because I don't think I'm going to need more than 3 vat setups. I may not even need this one. I don't know. Fire water, concentrate, cloud seed. We might have a use for rocket fuel in this pack. I'm not for sure. I've got to check and see. But Anyways, if we come back down here, which actually this, right in this section over here, it's going to be a bit of Thaumcraft stuff going on over there. Also, housing is going to be up there, I think, is where I'd like to have the housing. Not something that we've gotten to yet. But if we head on across through here, we have our Botania area, which that side, there's nothing on there just yet. Botania is still very much a work in progress. This is our newest area that we've actually started working on, really. Because Botania was so, like, late game in this pack. It took a while to get into it. But anyways, Botania, it's somewhat of a mess. We have an automatic Terra Bozu set up right here. We have our Petal Apothecaries. We have automated Endoflames right here. Automatic Living Rock, Living Wood setups right there. This is our miniature mana battery, our very small one. It's going to get expanded fairly soon. We have all the runes animated through here. Terra Steel's automated up there, so we can order Terra Steel. And we have Jaded Amaranthus automated right here. I did put down a lever right here and just shut this off manually for right now because we have like 10,000 of every flower. I think we're set. So just a heads up on that. And then over here we have the Metamorphosis flower automated, so we can get all the metamorphic stones right over here. And then right here we have Mana Pool automated. So this handles Mana Steel, Mana Pearl, Mana Diamond, and all of that. So I mean the majority of Botania is like right there, automated and ready to go. And then we'll continue, like out here we're going to do some bigger mana setups and stuff. Because we do need mana so much in this pack. Like, it's so important that we get a lot of mana production up and going. And then if we head over here, this is our portal to the Twilight Forest. So that's what goes over here. Now, we don't really have any other dimension builds, at least so far within this series. You know, it's mainly been in this dimension where we've been working. And if we take a look at the map, it pretty much spans, like, there's the Blood Magic area, there's the Botania area, the Thaumcraft area. Right over here is where the housing is going to be. We have the War District, or that, I'm sorry, that's the Witchery District, the War District, Agricultural District, Industrial District, and the main Agricultural District right there. So it spans a fairly large area. It really does. It's like hundreds of blocks. I mean, you can see the amount of chunks that this spans. Of course, the only thing that's loaded is like the immediate areas where stuff's happening. So lots of little cleanup stuff to do. But I think the majority of the big build type stuff, we're kind of working through that as our priority. It's not almost done, but we have a few really big builds coming up, like the Thaumcraft one. Witchery areas. Witchery area is not a lot of like building, like nothing like this, but it's more exterior building than we have to do for that, because it's more of an outdoorsy type mod. But I'm pretty sure that's about everything. I think we covered most everything that we've been working on throughout the series. So that's pretty much the progress of the first 30 episodes that we've gotten done so far. So I'm hoping the next 30 there's a whole lot more progress. Because now we're at the point where we're getting resources and stuff. That stuff's kind of off the table. And once we get our quarry up and going, it's going to really help things out in the next few episodes. But anyways, with that, I am going to end this out here. I mean, I think we've looked at everything. I think we've covered everything, talked about everything. There is a world download. I decided to put the world download on this video instead of the episode 30 video. So, you know, if you watch the world tour and you're interested in downloading the world, you do have access to it. So anyways, if you check the description, there will be a link to the download for episode 30's world download. So be sure, hit that if you want it, download the world and check it out and play with it and all that stuff. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I hope it was a bit of fun going back through, you know, everything that we've been doing and taking just a quick look at it. But I do think the next 30 episodes, there's going to be even more that gets added than... I mean, so much of it's cleanup work at this point. You know, like the AE system was a big thing that needed to get done. I did get that all sorted. and whatnot. So, fun stuff. But if you guys enjoyed the video, be sure and hit that like button. Go ahead and subscribe if you're not already to stay up to date with when new videos come out. I hope to see you guys next time. Until then, as always, do take care. Stay safe, and I will see you guys then.